All right, I'm looking at a publication in the dailies. The one that you said was a misquote. Well, this one happens to be Punch of June. It was a Wednesday, I think it was June 7 or 11. Can't see this clearly though. But it says, it's a big lead headline here. It says, old age will limit my performance. Buhari, I wish I became a head of state when I was a governor. Now, at 72, there is a limit to what I can do. Now, if you add another 4 years, we know that the limit will further diminish. It happens to everyone. It's nature. So why seek a second term if your performance is going to further diminish, much as he has diminished now, as he's acknowledged here?
Now, that news story you referred to, if you care to look at the next day's publication, I then did a reaction to that because I was with the president in Johannesburg when he made those comments. And I saw that the media just took a fraction of what he said and tilted it to suit their own purpose. You need to get a balanced perspective of what happened at that event. If you read maybe the papers of the next day, when you get our reaction, it balances it out. What the president was trying to say is that, yes, he was a governor in his 30s. He became a military head of state at 42. You don't compare that to 72 or 73 when he became democratically elected president. It's just natural. But that then doesn't diminish performance in any way. Don't forget that the same year President Buhari was elected at 72, Tunisia elected his own president at 88. He was 88 years old. He's still in power. And we don't have it on record that it has affected the country negatively in one way or the other. We should get out of the mindset of seeing the president as a superman who does things alone. No, what the president does is determined by the team he's able to put together.
All right, speak to some of this because many have raised it and they will keep raising it, I reckon, as the days go by. They say, I mean, a bag of rice, 7,500 before this government came into power. The cost of fuel, far lower before this government came into power. The performance of the economy, the job losses before this government came into power. And they then conclude that the government or the party has not fulfilled their promises in these 4 years. Why run again?
Yeah. All the reeled out, you have to then also parallel them with the fact that in 2012, the economy began to slow down. By 2014, the economy was poised to go into recession. And by 2016, it went into recession. So all those you have to consider along with the statistics you raised. If an economy goes into recession, all those spin-offs will naturally come. And when it comes out of recession, if it slowed down in 2012, went into recession in 2016, came out of recession in 2017, why then do you think that by 2018 everything will have returned to normal? It doesn't work like that. It takes a while.
Mr. Adesina, what successes will Mr. President rely on? Because Adeonju in Abuja is already saying that he has practically failed in just about every other sector. What areas will he rely on to convince Nigerians that I will run in 2019 and I'm the man for you?
There were certain things he set out to do. They normally come under three broad umbrellas. One is secure the country. Two is fight corruption. Three is revive the economy. There are successes in all three areas, except if anybody is willfully blind. The willfully blind will never see, even if we put the thing right in front of his ears. The willfully deaf will not hear, even if you put it by his ears. So we are not talking to the willfully deaf or the willfully blind. We are talking to Nigerians that in those three broad areas, there are many, many successes. Security, we know how the country was in 2015. We know how it is today. There are still areas of challenges, but we have made a lot of progress. In terms of economy, we know how the economy was in 2015. We know how it is today. The economy is like a plane with its nose in the air, it can only gain altitude. That is where the economy is now. And of course, we know the anti-corruption war. As at 2015, stealing was not corruption in Nigeria, but today stealing is corruption. So there are successes in all the areas.
Adesina, are you implying that the president doesn't keep his word? Because there are some Nigerians that feel that they've been deceived. If they supported him when he said he would run in 2011, suddenly he's changed his mind and is running for a second term. Are you implying...
The mandate starts in 2011, not the one he is holding now, because he didn't win that year. So it doesn't come up at all. If the mandate he's holding was secured in 2011, that would be relevant. But it's not relevant. And the background to that in 2011 was that the North had done one term, and what the North had left in terms of natural justice was just a term. And that is not the mandate he's holding. The mandate he's holding was given in 2015. And we know that the North still has the right to do 2 terms, 2015 up to 2023. So you cannot divorce the fact that the president is running again now from the fact that the North naturally should have it up to 2023, except any other region can come and torpedo the North.
I'm just wondering, when you say naturally, does that have to do with our laws, our constitution?
No, it doesn't have to do with our constitution, but we know that Nigeria is also naturally zoned. It's naturally zoned. But then democracy allows that if anybody can come, surprisingly, miraculously, from any part of the country, and he can get it, he can build a bigger coalition. Why not? Why not? But any party that does not want to deceive itself now will bring its candidate from the North.